This is why UFC fighters are actually scared of Islam Makhachev.
Islam's so scary. I had a nightmare that I had to fight him.
There is levels on this game. There is fighters, there is champions, there is elite. Islam gonna be from elite fighters.
Islam has a next level, otherworldly squeeze. He gets a hold of these guys and they just can't do jack shit.
Ever since he became the lightweight champion back in 2022, Islam Makhachev has continued to tear through every contender he's faced, has become one of the scariest forces the UFC has ever seen, and is now a two-division champion. But the fear didn't start with the belt. It started the moment he began running through seasoned fighters like they were warm-up drills. One of the first guys to truly experience this was Dan Hooker back in 2021. Despite Makhachev's dominant performances leading up to their fight, top contender Dan Hooker wasn't impressed and said that he would be the guy to put an end to the Makhachev hype. Shortly after, the two got booked for UFC 267, and Hooker took it to the extreme, saying he was ready to die in the octagon if that's what it took to stop Islam.
You can go and watch my fights. I'm willing to die inside the octagon, and that's proven. People can say whatever they're gonna say, like, oh, this guy's unbeatable, this guy's untouchable. I've been in the gym with these guys, you know, like, they all bleed, they all get tired, they all get injured, they all get hurt, and I know I can put anyone's lights out. So to everyone else, he's kind of a mysterious character that's like got a lot of mystique and invincibility. To me, he's just another body.
I don't have injury, not sweating. I don't need to take shower after fights, you know. Very happy. Now I'm gonna be like number 4, 3. That's why I don't know. I'm ready for fight for the title. If they give me some other step, I'm ready for anyone.
Makhachev's next fight wasn't a title shot, but instead another top contender in the form of Bobby King Green. And despite just badly humbling Hooker, Green too was about to show up with an even cockier attitude. Heading into their fight in 2022, Bobby Green ran his mouth a lot, calling Makhachev boring and throwing shade every chance he got.
With Islam, he does what he does, but to be honest, it's kind of boring. You know, even if he's getting finishes, it's still been boring. And so my whole thing is entertainment, excitement, you know? So he can be championship material, but it's just boring. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares. I fall asleep watching his fights.
On fight night, while the fight started off with some measured striking, it didn't take Makhachev long to do what he does best. He closed the distance, grabbed the clinch, and dragged Green down to the ground. From there, it was a one-sided beatdown, as Makhachev smothered him with relentless pressure and ground and pound until the ref stepped in to stop the fight, giving Makhachev the first-round TKO finish. Green was initially in awe of Makhachev's strength and technical prowess.
He's so patient, so strong, and he just goes little, 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 and a little until he gets right where he wants to be. And he was so strong at holding his mount. I'm trying to get and turn. I couldn't move out of it. I'm like, no one's been that strong before, so.
However, after having some time to think about it, Green decided that Makhachev's inhuman strength was due to the use of steroids.
I told my coach the same thing. There was something interesting about Islam, and I felt it. I'm like, it's just not human. It makes sense. If I could do drugs, like, because our countries are different. Russia's been banned for the Olympics, you know? Their country's a little bit more okay with the drug use. We're under strenuous, you know? Under strenuous drug stuff over here. And so it makes sense to me. Now I wonder why those Dagestanians were winning so much. They've been bred to do this. That's why I could train at 9-year-old against a bear.
After yet another dominant win, and now a 10-fight win streak, Makhachev was booked for his first title shot against Charles Oliveira at UFC 280. Oliveira was also on an 11-fight winning streak himself, on the back of huge wins against names like Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. But Makhachev knew deep down that he was cut from a different cloth. Makhachev was confident that he wouldn't have any trouble taking down and dominating Oliveira, even though he held the record for the most submissions in UFC history.
He know Islam Makhachev, very hard fight for him.
What if you can't take him down?
What if you can't take him?
What if you can't take him down?
Exactly. That's my question.
I'm gonna take him down very, very fast.
Despite Makhachev being the fight favorite, Charles Oliveira was undeniably the fan favorite heading into their fight.
Pode perguntar para todos, quem é o campeão? Olha, na realidade é a minha escola. Eu respeito esse cara, né? Tem merece todo o respeito do mundo. Mas é isso que vai acontecer. Eu sou franco atirador, vou andar pra frente o tempo inteiro buscando nocaute.
The Brazilian was sure he'd finish the job quickly. Inside the cage, only one man proved his words true. Makhachev took control from the first bell outstriking Oliveira and then dominating him on the ground with constant pressure.
Knockdown from Makhachev. He's got the arm triangle. Oh, it's a finish line. Islam Makhachev submits Charles Oliveira to win the title.
If anyone had any doubts about Makhachev before, they were completely blown away. And immediately after becoming champion, Makhachev called out featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, who was in attendance, to come up a weight class to face him as the first challenger.
Now is our plan. Fly all the way to Australia and fight in pound-for-pound king backyard with Volkanovski.
And Volk was up for the challenge.
Let's do it. Hey, the lightweight on the line, pound for pound #1 on the line. Let's do it.
Just like that, Makhachev's first title defense was scheduled, and Volkanovski was about to give him his toughest test to date. Volkanovski was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world at that time, but Islam knew who the true king of the jungle was.
Islam, a lot has been made of what this win would mean if Alex got it. I'm curious, you know how good you are. If he beats you this weekend, could he be considered the greatest of all time?
It's not possible. Because I am the champion and we fight 155. This is not his area. This is other power, other division. I'm gonna beat him easy.
Not just Islam, but many pros also believe that Islam's fight IQ and wrestling would be too much for the Aussie to handle.
There's nothing Alexander could do because of what the sport of wrestling has taught Islam. Like if you guys, I competed in Dagestan. I've been humbled in Dagestan.
Inside the cage, Volkanovski showed why he's one of the best in the world as he pushed Makhachev to his limit, earn him a hard-fought, unanimous decision win. Volk was also the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world heading into the fight. So now that Makhachev had beat him, he had taken that crown.
Doesn't matter how I won today, and now I'm not just champion, I'm best fighter in the world, and you know, I am very happy.
Alex
Now people gonna call me not just champ, best fighter in the world. Doesn't matter how I won, I'm very happy.
Volk was humble in defeat, but adamant for a rematch.
What do you do? Credit to him. Well-rounded, yeah. I underestimated his striking, he underestimated my wrestling and stuff like that. So, what do you do? Mixed martial arts, yeah. We at least we threw it all out. His eye's not too bad. He's got a good eye. His distance isn't too bad. Again, I could have capitalized more, man. Even in the, I guess I was just expecting him to be a bit more relentless in the shots. But anyway, I'll watch the fight, do some research, but yeah, it's pretty clear that I could have won that fight. That's why I'm hard on myself.
Volkanovski wasn't given the immediate rematch, as it was instead given to Charles Oliveira for UFC 294. However, that quickly changed as Oliveira pulled out just 11 days before the fight, and Volkanovski stepped up to the challenge once again. But this would be a decision that Volk would later badly regret.
They know what's happening. Like, I ain't here to play it safe. I can't afford to play it safe. I'm going in for the kill and that's it, you know what I mean? So it's kill or be killed, you know, and that's that.
Honestly, it's not secret. I will finish him. I will try to finish him all rounds because I really want to finish him.
Volkanovski promised to go for the kill this time around. When the cage door shut at UFC 294, Makhachev was a man on a mission, perfectly placed head kick, knocking Volkanovski out cold in just 3 minutes. Volkanovski was emotional in defeat, but admitted that he shouldn't have taken the fight on short notice.
I don't want to sit there and obviously make excuses, you know what I mean? So, obviously, I'm a big believer in preparation and stuff like that, but I back myself. So that's the decision I made, you know what I mean? I probably made decisions, I could have made better decisions but again, he's not somebody you should be taking a short notice with, but I needed it.
And just after Makhachev had proven once again why he was the best fighter in the world, he got booked against Dustin Poirier, which would end up being one of the most exciting fights for both of their careers.
It's my dream fight someone like Dustin, who have big name in this sport. And I'm very happy because he is gonna be in my list.
Despite the respect he had for Dustin, the Dagestani felt his grappling would be too much for him to handle. Poirier was oozing with confidence heading into the fight, and he was willing to put it all on the line, as this was likely his final chance at gold.
Because I can definitely win this fight. If I touch his chin, he'll go down. And he'll find that out on Saturday. Maybe that's something he doesn't need to believe. Maybe he needs to be positive and be confident walking into this, which he should be. But if you don't think I have a chance to win, you're lying to yourself.
In the pre-fight press conference, there was clear respect between Makhachev and Poirier.
He declared himself the best fighter in the world. Do you believe that he is the best fighter in the world right now?
We're going to find out Saturday, but pound for pound #1, current world champion, seems like it to me, but I'm going to find out. I'll be the judge of that.
However, the mood quickly changed.
Islam, yesterday at Media Day, you told us that you don't think Dustin or his coaches believe that he can beat you. What did you see or pick up on or hear from him that made you say that?
Man, I say truth. He always look good when he fight with some striking guys like
you should
Conor
coaches and box
or
with.
Chandler or someone like this, you know, who always focus to the striking. But when he meet with some wrestlers, he always have trouble. That's why he don't believe.
He should listen to his coaches and box like they're telling him to. Do that, Islam. Let's box.
This is not boxing. This is MMA, man.
Well, you're going to sleep like it's boxing.
We'll see, we'll see. If you're not top, you will sleep.
Inside the octagon, Poirier shocked many with his takedown defense, which held up much better than expected. This forced Makhachev to stand and exchange strikes with one of the most seasoned boxers in the UFC. But Islam wasn't backing down. He put up a great striking battle with Poirier, landing several clean shots and proving that he could hold his own in the striking department. In the 5th round, Makhachev caught Poirier's foot, spun him into a perfect position, and locked in a Darce choke to secure the submission victory. After the fight, Poirier had nothing but respect for Makhachev, praising him as being just as good as the undefeated and undisputed lightweight legend, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
It was everything I thought it was going to be. I feel like I could have did more. I said that in the Khabib fight as well. I could have picked up the volume, took more chances on the feet. He was just similar to Khabib, moving weird. His cadence was weird. His head movement was weird. When he would commit to the pocket, he would exit weird. My shots just weren't there to land. And I was just telling him he's the champ. You know, congrats, you earned this. You're the best in the world.
With most of the lightweight division out of the equation, only #1 contender Arman Tsarukyan seemed to have the tools to challenge Islam Makhachev for the title. When Tsarukyan pulled out of UFC 311 due to injury, Renato Moicano stepped up on 24 hours' notice to attempt to pull off an upset of a lifetime.
Islam Makhachev, my brother, tomorrow I come for you and I'm coming for the belt. Let's go. We are right here, right now, Los Angeles, California. Look at that city, my brother. And tomorrow, that place will be my city. This is Money Moicano Town now. And tomorrow, I will be the champion.
However, the short notice challenge proved way too much for Moicano. Makhachev dragged him to the mat, smothered him with trademark pressure, and then wrapped things up with a Darce choke, submitting Moicano just 4 minutes into round 1. After dominating the lightweight division like no one had ever done before, Makhachev made a historic decision. He vacated his lightweight title and announced his move to welterweight to chase double champ status. When Jack Della Maddalena upset Belal Muhammad to win the welterweight title at UFC 315, Makhachev immediately called his shot. The fight was set for UFC 322 at Madison Square Garden, and Makhachev had already begun thinking about his welterweight legacy.
Second belt, defend, maybe more than Camaro, and to become Hall of Fame, and that's it.
But Della Maddalena wasn't intimidated. The Australian champion, riding an 18-fight unbeaten streak, had a message for the Dagestani superstar.
See it going similar to Belal fights. Islam will try a bit more for takedowns, but ultimately I believe I'll be able to get back to my feet every round and really be able to sting him on the feet. I'm going to break Islam Makhachev, take his pound-for-pound spot.
JDM made it clear he planned to expose Islam as just another lightweight trying to play in the big leagues. Makhachev respected his opponent's skills, but remained confident in his ability to dominate a new weight class.
He's a good boxer. He's a good fighter, but I know I have better skills.
On November 15, 2025, at Madison Square Garden, the world watched as Islam Makhachev stepped into the octagon for the biggest fight of his life. From the opening bell, Makhachev made it crystal clear that the move to welterweight had done nothing to diminish his dominance. Within minutes, he had Della Maddalena on the mat, and that became the story of the night. Round after round, Makhachev dragged the Australian champion to the ground, smothered him with relentless pressure, and threatened submissions while battering him with punches and elbows. When they stood, Makhachev chopped away at Della Maddalena's lead leg with vicious calf kicks, compromising his movement and making the takedowns even easier. Della Maddalena fought hard to escape submissions and scramble back to his feet, but every time he did, Makhachev was there to drag him right back down. The Australian champion looked dejected in his corner by the third round, and his coaches begged him to start hurting Makhachev, but their fighter had no answers. After 5 grueling rounds, the scorecards told the story of complete domination. All 3 judges scored it 50-45 for Makhachev, who finished the fight with over 19 minutes of control time and landed 140 strikes to Della Maddalena's 30. Islam Makhachev had done it. He was now a 2-division UFC champion.
This is a dream. All my life for this belt. I'm really happy. And the belt, so heavy, and I like it. I swear to God, my life has changed. No cut weight. I can do whatever I want. And I make this night so easy.
With the victory, Makhachev joined an elite group as the 11th fighter in UFC history to hold championships in 2 weight classes. He also tied Anderson Silva's legendary UFC record of 16 consecutive wins. UFC President Dana White was in awe of what he had witnessed.
You know, not the most exciting title fight you'll ever see, but let me tell you what, complete dominance. This guy's headed toward GOAT talk. I thought that fight was going to be much, much tougher for Islam. And Jack's a tough kid and gritty, and, you know, he beat Bilal, and Bilal's a nightmare for a lot of people. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was. Hats off to Islam for dominating.
Islam Makhachev is truly like a final boss in a video game. He is well-rounded, ice-cold under pressure, and nearly impossible to beat. He has conquered the lightweight division, broken records, and now holds gold in 2 weight classes. Is there anyone who can beat him? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel